So, the rotator cuff of the shoulder, the supraspinatus, the infraspinatus, teres minor, and up here is subscapularis. These muscles make up the rotator cuff. SITS, smil, smil. SITS, superior, middle, inferior, lessotubical, and then we had a test, and so I made a Kahoot for the test, and the test brought out a bunch of diagrams I had no idea what talking about. They were talking about the subacromial bursa, and I have no idea what the bursa is or what a subacromial is. And then they were starting to talk about the lacrum. What is the lacrum? And then there was all this stuff about the glenoid fossa, and what are you talking about? So I was thinking for this test that I would get a bad grade because I only studied about all the ligaments up here and all the muscles, specifically the rotator cuff, because they pulled out the latissimus dorsi out of nowhere, then there was the deltoid, and then, a lot of muscles, and I failed my muscle test, so I didn't expect to get anything right here, but I managed to get an 87 in my shoulder anatomy test, which is a miracle, which is beyond me, because I fully expected to get a bad grade on this, because I studied only the rotator cuff, and nothing about the pectoris major, or the teres major, or the surgical something, the surgical neck of the humerus, but I managed to do it somehow by locking in, by filling in the clues with my memory that I got from the 5 minutes we got before the test. But I managed to do it. I managed to democracy. I managed to get this test and win it. So the rotator cuff, guys, the rotator cuff is a pack of muscles very important to your shoulder. If you move it up, move it down, move it left, move it right, do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. The rotator cuff is mostly responsible for all those movements. So you got the infraspinatus, which helps with external rotation, and you got teres minor, which is also external rotation, and then you got the supraspinatus, which is abduction, which is like moving your handcular ligament. There's the corticoclavicular ligament, and then there's the glenohumeral ligament, which is superior, middle, and inferior, and then there's the biceps tendon, there's the muscles, the bones, the clavicles, the scapula, the bones, the head,